from Ozarks First. You're watching KOLR 10 News at 5.
Thanks for joining us at 5. It has been a stormy afternoon in the Ozarks, and as you can tell by radar at this hour, we aren't in the clear yet.
Severe warned storms are causing damage to trees and power lines this evening, and a watch is in effect for several more hours. We get an update on any active warnings now from Chief Meteorologist Jamie Warner.
Yeah, right now, yeah. And what happened is earlier this afternoon, storms fired up near Highway 54. All that's kind of come together and joined into one big cluster of storms, which is dropping almost due south now into eastern Taney County and western Ozark County. Yes, that will hold together and get south of the state line into north central Arkansas, where we now have new severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. The concern with these storms primarily throughout the afternoon has been either hail or wind. We've had hail reports with this cluster of storms here recently on the order of around quarter size. Also notice with this warning for the Gainesville area, the possibility of winds approaching 70 miles per hour. We did get a report in Seymour of a 71 mile per hour wind gust about an hour ago. Hail, looks like we're seeing some of that here between Garrison and Ava, likely up to quarter size, and lots of lightning. At one point I was seeing with this cluster of storms, lightning strikes on the order of about 900 in the last 10 minutes. Also finding some strong to severe storms to the north. We have a severe storm impacting Morgan County. So active weather is going to continue into the evening hours, and then the story shifts to heat. More on that coming up. Bailey?
All right, thanks, Jamie. Tree removal calls have multiplied following on and off severe weather the past several days. Damage reports still coming in for the round of storms hitting the Ozarks now. KOLR 10's Parker Paget spoke to Springfield Public Works today about what their crews can remove at no cost.
I had crews in from 8 o'clock Friday night, periodically all the way through the weekend.
An increase in tree removal calls is no shock to Travis Stokes.
Over the weekend, starting Friday night about 8 o'clock, we got 18 calls for trees, or I could say tree parts, down affecting city right away.
After severe weather hit Springfield Friday night, they've seen a range of damage.
We saw everything from whole trees blocking entire roads to just hanging limbs over, major thoroughfares.
And if it affects those roads, it's no cost to you.
Anything that's in the roadways is what we're covering. The first thing that they should do is call our Citizen Resource Center. This is all basically paid for through taxes. So there's no additional fees.
Stokes tells me when it comes to potential storms, they're ready to keep those roads clear.
I have seven guys on my crew. So I just alert my crew to let them know that storms are coming in. So be ready for a call. Make yourself available if you can.
That was our Parker Paget reporting. If you have a tree needing removed, you can call Public Works. You can call the Citizen Resource Center, 417-864-1010.
Evacuations were ordered in the Lake Springfield area this morning after routine maintenance work on a natural gas line sparked a fire.
City Utility says a valve refused to close, causing an explosion and knocking out power to nearly 2,000 customers. KOLR 10 Sydney Moran spoke with neighbors and is live tonight giving us a look at the scene.
Stand by.
Firefighters were able to put out the flames in just an hour, but as of this hour, there are still dozens of CU workers and even their trucks here tonight working to restore that power. You can see some of the CU workers off in the distance, up in the air, working to get the lights back on. But unfortunately, CU says residents will likely be without power for several hours.
That fireball happened, as you'll see behind me. That fireball went into the electric lines into the distribution system and has created quite a bit of damage. Some of the folks were home when this happened. They felt it, they heard it, and some of them even further north of here felt it and heard it.
Joel Alexander with City Utilities says it took firefighters about 45 minutes to put out the flames. There were 3 people working on the natural gas line when the explosion happened. Alexander says no one was hurt. Springfield Police, Fire, and the Office of Emergency Management lined half a mile of Charleston Street as they flocked to the scene. A handful of people will be without natural gas, and 1,700 lost power, forcing some to evacuate.
You think ahead for events like this, and you think, oh, what's important? Well, when you're actually in it, you're going, I don't think anything's important. I'm just going to grab some underwear, shirt, and shorts, and get the heck out the door. It's definitely a sigh of relief. We're happy that we aren't exploded.
CU hopes to have some of these neighbors in these neighborhoods here out of the dark in the next couple of hours. Reporting in Springfield, Sydney Moran, Ozarks First.
A shooting this morning in North Springfield sent one person to the hospital. Following calls to 911, police responded to the shooting near East Turner and North Rogers, announcing on a loudspeaker they had a warrant and they urged the suspect to come out. But officers eventually found out no one was inside. Police say they are working to figure out if the shots were fired from a car. We will update you as soon as we learn more. An 18-year-old is charged tonight after a Springfield teenager was killed in a crash over the weekend. The Highway Patrol says 18-year-old Benjamin Sugg was driving just before 2 a.m. Sunday north of Rogersville when the car went off the road and overturned. A 17-year-old riding in the car with Sugg was ejected and pronounced dead at the scene. According to police, Sugg admitted that he was intoxicated and lost control of the vehicle. Right now, he's charged with leaving the scene of an accident.
The 25-year-old man who pled guilty to kidnapping the driver of a car that he and an accomplice had commandeered will spend 5 years on probation. Joshua Patton, sentenced to 3 years in prison originally, but a judge suspended that sentence and gave him 5 years probation after he changed his plea to guilty. Peyton and Avon Parker forced the driver to take them to Arkansas after the driver had offered to help the pair with a flat tire. Parker also pled guilty and was given 6 months probation. A Springfield man has died after a motorcycle crash on Sunday evening. Missouri State Highway Patrol says Kenneth Barker was driving on Farm Road 66, about 6, just north of Springfield. His motorcycle skidded off the road, hit a fence, and overturned. He was taken to a hospital where he died.
Coming up here at 5, officials searching for the cause of another train derailment. What we know about that accident and why homes nearby had to be evacuated.
You're watching KOLR 10 News, Ozarks First, with Steve Savard. Bailey Stroll. Weather with Chief Meteorologist Jamie Warner. This is KOLR 10 News at 5.